everyone. Hudson here with my dad across from me and John, my brother, on the couch. And this is our numbers video. So what we do here for our number of videos, if you're new, Dad and I do our own voiceover businesses. So he's got his own voiceover business. I run my own voiceover business. And we talk about our numbers, whether it's direct marketing, our, what are they called? Like Upwork and Fiverr platforms, voices.com, stuff like that. And then our warm responses, which are warm leads in direct marketing, auditions, new clients, jobs, stuff like that. And then John, he and Joe, our other brother, run VO Marketing Pro, which is a voiceover marketing, direct email marketing company. Mm-hmm. And they have certain voiceover talents like my dad and I who use their service to send out direct emails to different companies, businesses that use voiceover. And so when John says his numbers, that's for the VO Marketing Pro group. And then when Dad and I talk about our numbers, that's the VOMP numbers, VO Marketing Pro. Or no, those are ours. Sorry, that was
our
confusing.
voiceover only numbers for our voiceover business. So
we
always start. Thanks for the introduction.
We always start with John and the VO Marketing Pro group. So if you're part of that, you'll understand. So
62 warm responses this week, 3 auditions, and 3 jobs. That's not tit for tat, that it's not 3 jobs were won. The 3 auditions were won by those 3 people, but jobs reported by people. Noel Romano booked a job, Greg Campbell, and Mike Stout. So that was our numbers for us this week.
We're kind of busting through this quickly today. Normally we talk about a subject or talk more in depth, but we want to get to a survey that we talked about last week, and we want to do a second part to that. So we'll get to that in a second. You're going to give your numbers now?
I can give my numbers real quick. So I had 9 warm responses. I had 0 auditions, 0 new clients, 0 other jobs from recurring clients. And then I had 0 jobs on Upwork, which is usually not how it goes. There's just been not been a lot on Upwork lately, which whatever. I'm persevering through it, as we talked about in our Todd's tips. Fiverr, though, I had a $10 job, a $13 job, a $5 job, and a $20 job, all for $37.40. So, like I've said in the past, if I have a good week on Fiverr, it's not good because the rest of my voiceover income is not good. And then I did 9 hours of editing for Dad for a grand total of $217.40. Don't make me.
Yeah. And you know, I think we were talking about this with VO Marketing Pro and my business and some other people. Hudson's just seems like, I don't know what it is right now. There's a little bit of a lull. Maybe you're not experiencing that, or maybe you are.
Hopefully you're not.
So there
were some people
company.
that reported, as we ask, there's been some people reporting that they are having success, that they had some success this week with their own marketing or just with their business in general. So
great.
To that, but to what sorry, I cut you off, but to your point, sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. No, so my week, quickly, the numbers: Fiverr, $1,388, and direct email marketing was $5,183.16. My total was a little above what I'm trying to average, which is $6,000 a week, $6,571.16. My voiceover alone total $6,571.16. So that was my week.
So now we'll get on over to the NAVA
National
Survey
Association
of 2022
of Voiceover Artists, I believe it is.
Or actors.
Voice actors, my bad.
And the question here is, I can read it, is what percentage of your voiceover income...
Aren't we going to go with...
We're going to go with the first
order?
one?
Yeah, probably going to go through the
order. The first question is, not that one.
Well, as you can see, we haven't done a lot of research on this. I'm fairly new to NAVA. I just found out about them maybe a couple weeks ago.
Be out of there.
And they put this out. And so we're looking at it. Last week we looked at income. Now we're looking at direct marketing simply because it's what I do a lot of with Hudson, and of course, VO Marketing Pro does. So go ahead, Johnny. You want to kind of walk us through this?
I mean, my eyes are still pretty good. So it looks like, the question is, do you do direct marketing? And 53% say yes, and 46%?
46.5.
Yeah, so it gets to 100% there with the percent points.
There's
there,
1,259 responses.
Yep. So the yes and no.
So almost half of voice actors don't use direct.
So what do these people? What do these people do? They don't. And direct marketing. I'm taking it as LinkedIn to their website.
And direct email.
Direct email marketing.
Direct email marketing. Yep.
Yeah.
And it says below that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
And so this no must mean that they do agents, pay to plays, free websites,
Platforms.
free platforms. Yeah.
maybe even LinkedIn. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
They didn't specify. So almost half of them don't do direct marketing. What are your favorite ways to find direct marketing leads? Here we go. Here's the bar graph.
So
there it is.
So what we do would fall under the category of the Google. We've searched all. I think so, right? I mean, we searched all of these. Andy went through these for years. We've got to every single website. We have a database of, I believe, right now a little over 18,000 contacts, and that's through Google search. And so it looks like 44.9% fall into that category and like to do it that way. Their direct their direct marketing is what they call it. So those are the categories that they've defined as direct marketing, and we fall under that one specifically. Sometimes we will go on people's Facebook page to see if we can find an email address too. So,
but we do find them. We do look for companies, ad agencies, social media marketing places that use voiceover. We search them first of all through a Google search, and then if you can't find it on there, we go to their Facebook, because sometimes they'll have an email on there or something like that. So
obviously this doesn't add up to 100%.
No,
it's missing some down here. I don't know what that is.
And there's people that obviously do multiple things. So, but LinkedIn is that's surprising to me a little bit that's the highest direct marketing. I know that's pushed a lot. I know a lot of people are really and I think I'm not an expert at this, but I think LinkedIn has opened up. It used to be somewhat of a place where you were supposed to not really try to sell yourself, try to sell things. You were, but you weren't.
It was more just networking,
trying to be,
right?
Yeah, you were trying to be real business professional like. So to come out and say, hey, I'm a voiceover talent, hire me. But I think they're opening that up. I know they're opening that up for lots of other things, but they haven't for voiceover yet. At least that's the last I had heard. And so you can't go on there and say, hey, I'm a voiceover talent. You're a video production company. Will you hire me? That's again, I'm not saying that doesn't happen or that you get kicked off or anything like that.
Because those people are doing it.
Well, they're doing it somehow.
Yeah.
They might be, contacting them with, a water cooler type. Hey, I really like your stuff. They like their posts and then eventually they get to a relationship and get hired.
Yeah, Sorry,
go ahead. Well, I was just looking at our Google. We're at about 45% of what
they
basically you do. So
yeah, and I look at these numbers, and somebody could say that's watching. Well, it's like, wow. Well, LinkedIn is bigger than direct email marketing. Have you thought about doing that? And right now, we're just fine with we're doing it the way that Dad did it. That's how our business is set up, based on his success and using his database. And so if you're doing that, we do hear people in our group when they report stuff on Thursdays saying, well, I've been having success with my LinkedIn and through other forms of this direct marketing that you'll see on here. So if you're doing these different things, great. We applaud that. As we've talked many times, these are all different ways of having different, if you use the fishing analogy, different poles in the water. And so great.
Diversity.
We're not experts in the LinkedIn thing. We're more experts in the Google search and getting back and forth with people in direct email marketing. So keep that going if you're doing that too.
Back about 7 or 8 years ago, when I first got on LinkedIn and I was starting to get contacts, LinkedIn connections, I think they're called. Yep. I did search and I would do kind of a soft sell. It was definitely a sell, and I just came up with a little template, and I would just put their name in it, and I would just say, hey, I'm Todd Barstas, voiceover talent. Check out my connection point here, my LinkedIn profile, and I don't know if I got any jobs from that. I'm not sure, and I know other people are. they've spent a lot of time thinking about LinkedIn and they've worked at it. So I'm not putting it down at all. In fact, I have thought over the years, if I needed work, that would be one of the places that I would want to start trying to dig into. I just have so much work from my direct email marketing, and but maybe LinkedIn. I'm just keeping my ears to the tracks because I just want to make sure that if I'm going to continue to work in voiceover, I'm going to want to make sure that I follow the direction of the industry, and sometimes it changes. So we'll keep an eye on LinkedIn.
Yeah, with that short message thing, I'm not an expert in that, but I do believe you have to be careful that you don't come to not copying and pasting, sending emails and just or sending that. I think you have to be careful with spamming because they'll pick up on that. So you have to kind of more tailor it to that person, I think. So.
Now here is the next question, which is how many direct marketing emails, messages, touches do you typically send in a day? This is, I think, the most interesting part on our end of things.
Now it's interesting here. Look at a number of responses went down by almost 100, which means to me that there are some people that didn't answer it because maybe they didn't have an answer.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I don't do that.
I don't do that.
Or they, And again, I'm assuming they're answering it based on those sections above.
50% to 0.
The LinkedIn and all of those different ones.
Yeah, but what we'll get to is, we'll go through those numbers there.
Well, the biggest one that jumps out is 0 to 1 to 2. 0, the blue and the red, the two biggest ones. 0. How many direct marketing email messages, touches do you typically send in a
almost
day?
80%, right? Is that with the math? 80%, 80%. Between 1 to 2 touches a day.
And 51%
from 0 to 1
0.
Correct.
That's that 80% is
so they say it's their favorite,
shocking, appalling.
They say that direct email or they say direct marketing or whatever is what they do.
Yeah.
But from that percentage, that would have to be the smaller percentage that's kind of answering those questions as to what ways that they do that, because otherwise, how do they get to?
That's amazing.
All those different numbers on there up above.
I knew it wasn't a big number.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was much larger than that. This one right here, this green little slice, 1.1% is 20 plus touches a day.
Yep.
Well, I've been doing that for years. Years I've been doing that since I built my
more than 20 plus a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. 1,000 a month.
Yeah.
So if you have 21 days, that's 50. Right?
Yeah. This is the one that I've looked at the most. Because this was just kind of eye opening more so for us, and for all the people that are in our group. If you just spread it out throughout 30 days, I mean, you're not going to have exactly 20 plus for every single day of the week of the
There's
of
also
the year.
Not 30 days that you guys send out. You send
correct,
out
during
3
the week.
days a week usually.
Huh?
You
3
usually
or 4
send
days
out
a week.
3 or 4 days a week. So
yes, but so we're sending out for even somebody that starts in at 25, which is the lowest that we go. Everybody that's in our group is sending out more emails than what was.
Well, the 5 to 7 range is 3.8%. So you add that to the 7 to 10, 10 to 15, and that's like 10%. So you're already in the top 10% if you send out 5 to 7.
Maybe you're going to get to this, and why don't you go ahead and I'll
I'll just say that for the people in our starter kit program, they get to choose between a certain amount of emails and send them out. And that's how many we send out each month based on how many they choose. They start at 25, so however many they choose. What was I going to say? Totally drew a blank.
Starter kit people, they can choose what they want, and they send out.
They're sending out, they're sending out more than most of the people on this list. But then we have the personal assistant where they're sending out around, triple or quadruple this amount of emails that are sent out in that green group from 20 plus. So I was just thinking that everyone, you can say, well, 25 emails just isn't that many. But if you look at this for a month, you're doing pretty well as compared to the vast, vast majority of the people that answered this survey.
Yeah.
And so that's why we preach that long haul mentality with anything. And we've seen people gain success with, 25 emails. And what we consider success is auditions, jobs, obviously warm responses. But some people have gotten some recurring jobs sending out 25 emails a month, and they've stuck with it for over a year. And so, and then those personal assistant people are sending out a lot more emails in that way. So that's why it was just interesting to me, because we're beating the competition, if you will, that are part of our group, at least with direct email marketing, as we talked about above. We're sending out more emails. Basically, everybody in the group is sending out more emails than anybody in these groups are sending out more emails. And so that's just, if you stick with it, you're outlasting a lot of people, even if you just do it yourself.
Well, that was one of the things that I was going to bring up is, okay, so this last year, my direct email marketing income was $800 shy of $200,000. $800 shy of $200,000.
$199,000.
Yep, plus. But understand that I've been sending out 20 plus per day for, 50 plus per day for probably 7 years.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing is I did this back maybe, 3-4 weeks ago. You can't try you can't try. Let me dip a toe into direct email marketing. And that's why every time I meet with somebody, every time we talk to somebody, you know this if you've talked to us or heard us talk before, if we're sending out 50 for you, well, for work days, you're getting 2 a day, basically.
Oh, yeah.
For work days, a little over 2 a day.
Yeah.
If you send out 50, you're getting 4 a day. You're in this percentage right here.
Top 10%.
This is astounding and appalling at the same time for me. I'm shocked by it because I think all you have to do is make sure that you're sending out. Some people, if they don't have work, I don't know why they're not doing it. Send out 25, 30 in a day. That's what I was doing when I first started. 25, 30, 40, 50 in a day. Well, already you're way down here. You're right in this percentage, 20 plus. And so that's what you have to do. You just have to do that if you're going to do direct marketing. So enough said, but the hybrid approach,
Yep.
along with what we do for you, get out there, keep doing it for months and months and months and maybe into the years for sure. And I think things will go well for you.
Yeah.
Did we not look at that last one? Or
I don't remember looking at that one all as much, but maybe
Okay.
you did, and feel free to just talk
That's
about
okay.
that if you'd like to. But
That's no
I
problem.
didn't.
I think
I just think that big
we
one
covered
was
it
that
enough,
one
yeah.
about the percentage of how many people send out, and
It's
there's people.
shocking
We've
to
had
me.
people say, I've tried it by myself, and it's it's quite a bit of work, which it is.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's worth it if you're willing to put some, like you said earlier, if you have us do some and have yourself, do some yourself, or if you just want to try it yourself, go ahead and do it yourself. Like you said, if you're sending out just a couple a day, you're beating the competition by a lot.
It proves something, doesn't it? That just like I've said for years and years and years, that it's not rocket science.
Mm-mm.
It's discipline and it's organization.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what so many of us lack. And so not tooting your horn at VO Marketing Pro, but that's why an organization, a company like you is going well, and it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people don't want to do this, or they won't do it, as those surveys say.
Or they do it and find out how
Hard it is.
difficult it
Yeah,
is
and
by
how-
themselves,
yes.
that they'd rather let their money work for them
Yeah.
and pay for more emails, like you said, than most people are sending out in general.
Yeah.
So
it almost feels like last week and this week was like, we almost set ourselves up for this, but honestly, I didn't ever know this existed. But it's just nice. I really appreciate Nava for putting this out because it kind of
Sheds
helps
light,
everybody.
yeah.
It should make us kind of rethink some things, and it gives me a confirmation that what you guys are doing is so needed.
Yeah.
And a hybrid approach. If you're doing a hybrid approach, or if you do it yourself, if you can do it better than us, go to
think
it.
about how
More
many,
power to you.
Think about how many people aren't doing it.
Yeah.
Like you're saying,
Yep.
there's a head start on other people who are not willing to do it, or
Yes,
don't think that
exactly.
it works.
Yep,
that
exactly.
There's work to be had.
And
We've
there's
had
lots of people that are going to peter out too, and you just keep fishing.
Yep.
As we use that analogy, just keep fishing, and you're gonna pay off. What were you going to say?
No, we've had people, be with us for a while, and then they've been practicing the hybrid approach and doing really well, and they say, I'm actually doing pretty well this way, and they're seeing success on their own, and that's, like you said, that's great. You're outlasting your competition on that way. But yeah, don't get discouraged up and down by the amount of responses you're getting. Don't flail in that way. Just keep going at it. So.
Well, thank you for watching our numbers, our Todd's Tips. If you're interested in something a little more lighthearted, you can check out our original father-son voiceover podcast. We drop episodes every Wednesday. It's a little bit more lighthearted, as I said, and we're shooting our 54th this week, so you'll see it on next Wednesday. So check it out if you're wanting to. See you later.